This is Dr. Paul Nampala, a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Kasangati, and very welcome to the Tear Gas Gallery. The Tear Gas Gallery is where the past leaders at the Rotary Club of Kasangati, the past presidents, are sharing their story. I am the current president of the club, and this is my story. I, Paul Nampala, do solemnly pledge to protect the Constitution of Rotary International and the bylaws of the Rotary Club of Kasangati. I pledge to uphold the goals, mission, and objectives of the club. I further pledge to perform my duties as the president of the Rotary Club of Kasangati to the best of my abilities in the service of Rotary. I pledge to work in concerted effort with the club board members to implement the club's strategic plan. Finally, to impact the communities that we serve, I pledge to engage and support our club in membership growth, the Rotary Foundation, the 5 avenues of service, including club, vocational, community, international, and youth services. So help me God. I am Dr. Paul Nampala, the current president of the Rotary Club of Kasangati, and it's a privilege to be the 20th president of the club. 20 years of service, 20 years of growth, 20 years of action. The Rotary Club of Kasangati is a club of the community, with the community, for the community. And I remember when I joined in 2013-2012, I used to visit a number of clubs around town, and on account of being a rural club, I used to win the club of the day, the only Rotarian visiting, and there are many other Rotarians from Mengo, but Kasangat would be the club of the day. But I think there are now so many changes, and Kasangati is no longer a rural area. I joined on invitation. My brother-in-law, Ivan Monda, invited my wife and I to join Rotary. And when we looked around, Kasangati was the closest. We visited a number of times, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. We were inducted together with my wife after 6 months.
When we were first inducted in the Rotary Club of Kasangati, that's way back 2013, we were very happy to join and add to the volunteer hands of this world, in the world and family of Rotary.
For us, joining Rotary implied scaling up our efforts of putting smiles, of engaging communities, of working with others. It's like a coalition of the willing to uplift communities. And when you look around our communities, there is a lot of need. And a lot of need in these well thought out areas, which are the focus areas of Rotary. If you look at water and sanitation, if you look at disease prevention and treatment, if you look at basic education, if you look at peace building, these are the issues that we grapple with, not just in Uganda, not just in the communities where we live, but globally. And so Rotary is very relevant in its work, and that relevance has been demonstrated over and over, even during these times of uncertainty. this Rotary year, the change-making year, we have aligned ourselves to doing more, to grow more. And we really appreciate the RI president. During the time that he visited Uganda, I had the opportunity to be part of the team, the 10 change-maker presidents that were invited to meet him physically. And I had the opportunity to engage together with other change-maker presidents on those so many mantras that the RI president has given us. Each one bring one, do more to grow more. And these are over and above the overarching theme of serve to change lives. And at the Rotary Club of Kasangati as president, I have made effort together with the directors and the members to align ourselves to these themes, as well as the interests of the district. And as you know, in District 9213, we have maternal mortality as the flagship program. Now, all these are very welcome at the Rotary Club of Kasangati because they align with our strategic plan as well at the club level. So in this year, we've had 7 flagship programs, which is more than any other year. As I talk now, 4 months, 5 months into the year, we are at 65% in terms of growth of our membership.
A marketing executive with extensive training and experience.
Today, I'm excited to be at the Kasangati Resort Center, purposely to be inducted into Rotary. I chose Rotary because of my passion for community service.
Okay, I'm Gloria Sally. I live in Imperere. I joined the Rotary for purposes of serving the community, to meet friends, to grow and learn.
Passionate about community service. When I heard about Rotary, we have friends in Rotary, but more especially about the 4-way test, which really drives the service.
This kind of induction is not an ordinary one, just to have the DG alone. He needs to be accompanied at a great harvest like this one. The induction of this nature is given the due respect that it deserves. So that is one very important reason. Actually, when people saw me driving out of home, they were a bit surprised that someone who is kept home the whole day is taking off. Maybe they thought I was going to enjoy an evening somewhere, but I was coming for Rotary duty.
The Rotary Club of Kasangati has never inducted more than 10 members in any given year. And so this is a landmark that we have created. We understood the strategies that we are given as Rotary clubs, and one of those strategies is creation of satellite clubs. And so we realized that at Chanja, we had done previous efforts to start a club in Chanja, and those efforts were sort of snail speed. But it's in this year that we have unlocked that, and we unlocked it by starting a satellite club as we prepare them on the journey to a fully fledged club.
To us, it was an opportunity for us to be able to serve the community that was nearest to us, but at the same time to be able to spread ourselves into Kasangati as well as Chanja. Now Chanja had a neighborhood, and a growing neighborhood that was all full of the Rotarian spirit, ready to work, ready to beef up the security of the community, ready to reach out to the neighboring community to clean up wells, and that was happening in the neighborhood, in the Chanja Neighborhood Watch. So we thought with our friends in Chanja, why wouldn't we start a Rotary Club right here so that we're able to reach out to our community in even a more significant way.
We also have some members in Semuto, Kapeka, who said that, you know, we can actually start a club here. When we tried those efforts, we realized that it was difficult to get 20 in one go over a period of 3 months, 6 months. But the guidelines allow for 8 members to start a satellite club. Then we have an ambitious strategy for our membership extension. You know, we're working with the Rotary Club of Jesus Chanja to have the provisional club in Gayaza already provisional, which started at formation. But then, in terms of engaging the youth, we have already sponsored a club that is being chartered, the Interact Club of the North Green School. So even during COVID, we realized that the international schools are actually in session. And the international schooling system welcomes these efforts. And so we have Interact clubs that we are starting with the international schools. In terms of service projects, we've expanded our reach, and we've had a lot of service projects that are already underway. And we have 2 strategies. One strategy is what we call the big and bold projects, which is adopt a community. So we have an adopt a community in Makukuba. For this year in Makukuba, which is a village that is really disadvantaged in terms of water provision, in terms of basic education, in terms of economic empowerment. In this village, we are working with partners, Shared Love Uganda, overseas Rotary clubs, Rotary Club of Infrakombe, Rotary Club of Ebisco, Rotary Club of Modesto, Rotary Club of Jaywalk, Breakfast Club. We're working with them to try and uplift this community. This year, we are building the change maker block in a school that is very, very mud and water. And so we are upgrading these structures from mud and water to a more permanent structure.
It's pleasing to be here at Makukuba Adopt a Village project, which is being implemented by Rotary Club of Kasangati. They have already put up 2 blocks here on my left, but the blocks that they have put up are modern blocks to replace what you see behind me, where the children were studying from. So as Rotary, what we are doing is to improve the structures that the children are in when they are having their education. When we improve those structures in terms of size, in terms of the ambience, these children are able to learn in a very good environment. The teachers are able to deliver their teaching lessons in a very good environment. Already I can see that these children have about 3 or 4 different uniforms, and they have been told that these children now are in schools, have been attending schools that are more than 3 miles from where I am, which is about 5 kilometers from where we are now. And that shows that they are no longer now moving shorter distances from their homes, and they can be able to comfortably attend schools. And I've appreciated the community, the Gombe community, for the support that they have given us, the church for the land that they have provided, and for the other partners that are in partnership in this project.
Initially, we set out to establish 1 block, but from those partners that I have mentioned, including national partnerships with Harris International, we will be able to put 2 classroom blocks.
By name of God, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This for the support of our children here in Gombe town.
We also set out, very ambitious, to do 2 incinerators, 1 at a health center in Makukuba and 1 at Kasangat Health Center. And as I talk now, we've already accomplished 1 health center, and we're looking for resources both internally as a club and externally to do the incinerator at Kasangati Health Center.
My pleasing task to commission this incinerator that will be providing the necessary services to the health center here, making a good environment to live in here, better disposal of the waste. And I want to thank your club and your partners for thinking about this community.
Our second strategy is what we call small but impactful projects. Now, these small but impactful projects are done every month. Everybody group undertakes a small but impactful project. Yeah, and as I talk now, we've already accomplished 6 of those small but impactful projects. And we've published these in our newsletter, the magazine, very popular magazine that we call the Tear Gas. It's very difficult for you not to notice the impact that we've done in the community. If you come to Kasangati, if you come to Makukuba, if you go to the hinterland around Kasangati, Nangabo, Mangule, Chisasi Chanja, we've done wells, we've worked with the elderly, and this is why I've always said that at 20 years, the Rotary Club of Kasangati continues to demonstrate the fact that we are a club in the community, for the community, with the community.